Hello, never-ending pickup pilots. Kimberly, how are you? I was trying to do your reading, but it kept stopping me. So is there something that pile 1 is halting with? I am doing the piles separately. I'm going to look at some more crystals. You got a tiger's eye here too. So there's something that you know as well. It's trying to keep the peace energy, right? Let me look see what's that in healing. Okay, and it's calling me to 7. Cancer placement and healing is going to be a change of some sort. You know, it may be a decision, something you enjoyed, or something that was pleasant as well. So trying to keep the peace, something that it was pleasant. Let's see if any more. You got double rose quartz, and it's pulling me to 1 o'clock. So let's see. The crystal mainly comes out in the message in the crystal cards. I'm reading the oracle cards. Okay. Well, phantom quartz. It says embrace change. So something might be coming up. That's why I felt that too. But it's peaceful. A transition, if you would. Shugnite. You get this a lot. Okay, detox your life. Something is going to change where it's going to be beneficial to you. You know, you are protected at all times. It's a protection energy as well. By not letting another energy absorb into it. That's the best way I can explain that. So there's a block of some sort, but it's for your benefit. Release your emotional baggage. That's, I guess, what you're doing. But you know something. You're taking it very slow, almost methodical. That's coming up. So your solar plexus is running very hard. You're clearing out what I would call your aura. Okay. But you're such a person that holds. That's what I'm getting in this. Holds. Ocean Jasper to release an energy, to take it from this point to this point. And I see what they're trying to say, Ocean Jasper. The ocean clears itself, right? It's schedule yourself in. So look at the way, if you can see it even close, how they're merging, and see the darkness behind the jasper. That's the energy I'm reading there, along with these cards. All right, let's see some more aspect. We'll clarify the tarot. Whoa, okay. I was going to ask why the quartz was here, and that's something that you're pent up with. Something that you're not willing to look at in creation. You're protecting yourself, but you're questioning your judgment. You're questioning yourself, and you're looking at it through an overall energy of the Emperor, which is your card, very important for Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. You have that fire element in here as well, even in the dispersing of the negative. So, like letting it roll off your shoulder for a peaceful resolution, I think, where these came out in healing and the double healing here and a choice. So, these cards, I'm going to keep the Emperor for the quartz because I feel that's the highest. The hyphenate was upside down, not willing to commit to something. And it's halting me here and wants me to read this one, which is the moon. Is there Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Is there an unknown with the Shuck Knight here? Remember, I explained it in energy. Right? The moon is yet beautiful but revealing. But in this position, is it something hidden? And it could be a message about your movement or your message about your clarity. You know, there could be illusions, deception, fear, imagination, mystery, subconscious. Right, that's what the card is reading, to help you get an idea of what the moon is about. Something you've been working on, and I felt that in your solar plex, and that's, grounding yourself. You want the grounding energy. You do well with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. All right. In energy, you dispersed. I'm curious to see what the ocean peace has brought you with that energy in your solar plex being dispersed. Strength. Sorry about the dogs. It's the daily news down the block. Okay, what's the strength? Whoa, see, I knew it was coming towards the strength because it went right to that card. Something you put together, something you did, and you know what you're doing. And, people may be watching from afar. As far as energy goes, you're dispersed it so well, it's not affecting you anymore. Real Emperor energy. Stable. Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Don't rock the boat. That's why it came out sideways. Leave something out, something you're doing, something, and there's a higher energy that you know not to do something. Very well done, because it's listening to your intuition. Listening, looking at all, let's see what the other two perceptives, right here you got leave it out. Something you feel that will be left out of, right? In a stabilization. It was hard to go through with the solar plex energy to disperse it, even here with the unknown moon, right? What were you trying to stabilize? Let's X that first. Why the Four of Swords, please? Why the Four of Swords? Several I hear. Well, no movement, something and no movement. And then they both come out upside down. I have to give it to it upside down. So, boring job, lack of confidence, shabby workmanship, bad reputation, lack of commitment, laziness, workaholic, and failure. In something that you think that you're going to move forward with, right? Because the Ace of Wands' present still has a spark. Are you stabilizing your own spark for then other working on something else? Again, bringing me back to Shuck Knight. Why the left out feeling? Kind of something on the fire. Well, overloaded, overburdened, responsibility, stress, burnout, problems, drudgery, obligations, and struggle. So something hard you're going with, changes, challenges, so right there, again, whatever the Shuck Knight is there for in the second position, and that's where I think the Labradorite comes in. Labradorite, I always say it different. And if you notice the energy second that popped out, okay, look at that. Clearing out of darkness, clearing out of shallow, there's so much shadow in this. Sorry about my hands, and they may be full of paint, but those of you that watch my never-ending pick-a-pile know I paint. Okay, so if you notice. Okay. You know, and I used to wear nails if I used to do all that. I chose not to with the paint. They used to get ruined just as fast as I started because my ambition is so strong that I just burst forward. I just do it. That's me. I'm an Aries, rising, and I happen to be a Scorpio moon. So, but my Venus is Aquarius, and Libra is my MC. But I am characteristics of the Queen of Wands, with a soulmate energy that you are. I keep picking Aries up in this. There's soulmates that are depending on you. You worry about them. Whoever this is. There was a tower. Something that shouldn't have happened. And you both need to think about it because I feel you both do. That's what I feel. Wherever that came through, that was channel. Why is the Emperor present? Message about ambition, a message about what the unknown might be an illusion. A message about yourself, a message about your movement, exactly. I think the crystal said it all here other than tarot in this reading. Let's look at a block over here with the left out. Something with a Sagittarius. Completion, end of a cycle, transformation. And that's what I had said in the crystals up here. You went through a lot of healing. Realize, look at these two, the green in this card. Alright? Even the green on my thumb from the painting today. But the green in there. Right? And what flew out of the box. Sorry. Remember I said I put that in a Cancer position. So this is the unknown energy. Then I want to see what the block is. So let's just look. Alright, Baron Reed. Wow. I love that. I love that card. Getting in your groove. Putting your roots into the ground. Really finding yourself. I love the 21. I love the decision to do that. For one, thinking ahead. With the stable card, right here. Don't worry so much right here. You have the energy to succeed. What's this tower over here? Why is there a block of a tower with something that, is not worth fighting for and something has to be looked at again? Yeah, something of a moon cycle, which is confirming the moon cycle. What's in the smoky quartz? Don't take a risk with something. Think about it first. You're not receiving a message. It's in honesty. Don't worry, you'll make the right choice and you'll grow from it. And that's what I'm supposed to tell you. Ending energy in blocks. I'll read these upside down. Self-worth and loyalty. Emperor energy. Well, my good old pile 1. It's 15:03. I'm going to end this here. And, you know, it's coming into something really that you're going to realize, enjoy, grow from, think about, worry about. But it's all going to be okay. It's all going to rock stable because of how you move forward. You know, you thought about something. You really did. Let me get an animal energy. Pile 1. Well, the Phoenix. Well, there you go. There you go. Thought we were done at 15:03. Take care, guys. Good pile, good reading. You know, it was fire. Fire.